Hi there, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of, oh my God, it's getting scratchy. Another episode of Democracy Theater with Rich Scott. So we are going to go into the everlasting uh, breakup between Joe Rogan and Kyle Kalinske, and Kyle Kalinske has seen himself get jealous of one of Rogan's new lovers. Is that how we're going to put it? Andrew Schultz. So he's been shitting on Andrew Schultz and calling him a right winger and a Trumper and all kinds of other shit in that vein, or not all kinds of other shit, but all about painting Andrew as a Trumpist, which, of course, anybody who has watched his podcast, and I watched them all, it's an escape for me, or it was an escape. Now I'm using it here, but I watch Flagrant. I watch Brilliant Idiots. I used to watch Rogan religiously, but I can't anymore because he's gone on repeat politically. He's not bringing anything new to the table. So now Rogan is guest related. And of course, Tim Dillon, and we might be drunk and all these other podcasts, but especially these ones because they're interesting, they're funny, and it is, and it's a good one. Anyway, I want to start with this clip here just to remind everybody about the podcast that Andrew Schultz and Flagrant they had with Bernie Sanders, and then we're gonna deal with Kyle's.
How can people who feel like your message has really resonated with them today help? Help you, help the cause?
Yeah, look, we are trying to do something which is very, very difficult. And I think we're having some success, and we've had some success, is, come to our social media. We have a Senate page and we have a campaign page, more political. We are supporting and will be supporting more progressive candidates running for Congress, Senate, and so forth. And I will tell you, think outside of the box in your own lives. These are unprecedented times. We've got to respond in an unprecedented way. And you think, and each and every one of us is different. You don't want to run for office, fine. What else can you be doing? Help people form a union. Become involved in education in a way you did not be involved before. You think it through. But we need more participation. We don't need what the system really, and this I've experienced, I've seen it a million times. What the oligarchs and the ruling class want you to believe is that you're powerless. You have no power. And once you accept that, they
win.
They win. We have power. We're a lot more. The joy that I've had in my life is to be in every state in this country and talk to, I've been in rallies where you see these wonderful people, often young people. They're black and they're white and they're Latino and they're gay and they're straight and they're out there and they want a different America. And that's what inspires me. I've seen it with my own eyes. They're out there. They don't believe in greed and they don't believe in, so many of the things that we're seeing right now. Those people are going to stand up. You got to come to the plate. And we got to do what we can to transform the country. Time is late. We're dealing with authoritarianism. We're dealing with climate. Let's get involved in ways that we've never been involved before.
Senator Bernie Sanders, thank you so much for being
here.
here.
Thank you. Let me thank you. This has been a great discussion.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Sanders. We will always, as you can see, I watch, I follow. We will always be grateful for what you have done. So that was the podcast. Bernie Sanders several times during the podcast expressed how he loved the questions and how that podcast was done. By the way, they just became the second largest podcast, I believe, in America, maybe in the world. And they just asked Bernie Sanders, somebody that Kyle Kalinske says he's for, how can people help? And they let him speak uninterrupted for minutes. And the whole podcast was uninterrupted, Bernie speaking. So after that podcast, somebody like Kyle, who has been sliming Andrew because he, unlike him, still gets to come on Joe Rogan's podcast, sees this, hears this, and obviously goes in and tries to find out, did I miss something on Andrew? Is he really is a man, a boy that grew up in Manhattan, whose mother was a dance teacher, had a very supportive father? What are the chances that he's a Democrat? Can we all agree they're pretty freaking high? Anyway, so here's his answer to that. And does he even go to the Bernie Sanders podcast? No, he does not. He goes to Brilliant Idiots with Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz to talk about it. Let's see what he's saying.
I think of this clip because I have some feelings. I have some thoughts on it. So Andrew Schultz had on Bernie Sanders on his show recently. And I think Bernie generally does a great job when he goes on like the Bro-y podcast. He finds a way to make leftism palatable to people who otherwise are snuggling up to the right. These
still there with that fucking bullshit. If you get a chance to have the future president or candidate for president on your podcast, you shouldn't have him on. Is his podcast a journalistic podcast, or is it a comedy podcast that talks about their life and what they experience and have their questions?
Days, I have some critiques of how he handled that interview here and there. But broadly speaking, positive impact.
No, you're not going to show your viewers the Bernie Sanders on Flagrant podcast, because if they go and see it, they'll see what an amazing podcast it was and what a platform that Flagrant just gave him, and the views that Kyle says he wants. He says he wants healthcare for everybody, right? He says he wants better education, better infrastructure, better all kinds of stuff. The man got on the world's second largest podcast and got to speak for an hour, almost 2 hours, nearly uninterrupted.
Act overall. Okay, so since that podcast, clearly Andrew Schultz has been thinking about some of the stuff he's been saying. And Charlemagne, of course,
lie. If you follow his fucking podcast and you watch it, you would know that these things are not new. But then again, I mean, Andrew called you out on his podcast this morning. It was brilliant.
Host on the Breakfast Club. He also fills in for the Daily Show from time to time. They're having a conversation here about politics, and I did not have this on my bingo card. The stuff that,
and that's because you never watch them. You just get clips, and you're in your little bubble, and that's all you fucking hear.
They end up saying here. Let's watch. Listen to this.
You know what your reflection is, and Bernie said it on Flagrant. Everybody's the fucking blame. This ain't a Democrat thing. It's not a Republican thing. This is government has failed the people. We live in a capitalist society where you got all of these motherfuckers with all the wealth. Elon Musk has more wealth than more than half of the bottom of America.
Yep.
Like, come on.
Yep.
Like, there's no way we live in a society that claims to be the most wealthiest society on the planet and we can't fix homelessness.
Well, in that case, the Democrats' pivot should be to go more socialist. Yeah, which I'm fine with.
Yes, they should. That's fine.
Yes.
That's what everybody's
And that's
saying.
Bernie.
That's what everybody's saying.
Because the Republican solution to what you just described is going to be more
Deregulate
capitalism.
All right. So first of all, let me just say this guy right here in the bottom right corner of the screen, he's the real MVP of this video, because he just boiled it down to its pure ingredients and said, well, the answer is more socialism. The Democrats should be more socialist. So this guy's based as fuck. I love the reaction of the producer here too. I'm gonna play it for you one more time, because watch the reaction of the producer as if to be like, obviously that's correct.
Well, in that case, the Democrats' pivot should be to go more.
So look at the
the producer is Alex Media, and if you actually watch the fucking podcast, Flagrant, he's always sitting on the couch. He's always sitting on the couch. Always sitting on the couch. What the fuck? And that's their I can't fucking remember his name because he's their resident is that how we're supposed to say it now? who comes in and kind of puts in some facts and like he's not the comedian. He's the only one who's not trying to be funny. Okay.
The guy wearing the Yankees hat, that producer. Watch.
Socialist. Yeah, which I'm fine with.
Yes, they should. That's fine.
Yes.
That's what everybody has been saying from the beginning. Everybody has been saying that Democrats keep not meeting people where they're at. Andrew said, I nearly guarantee that Andrew voted for Biden the first go around. I'm almost willing to bet all of Kyle's $2 million net worth that he voted for him. And then it was like, you didn't fucking do anything. You keep telling us that the economy is great, but I have friends. I am just now making it. I'm rich, still have friends. It's not good. And you keep telling us it's so good, that the economy is so good, and look at the stock market. But the Democrat didn't meet us anywhere. They keep they want to find the podcaster. They want to do this. They want to do that instead of just fucking giving us the policies that we want.
That's what everybody's
And that's
saying.
Bernie.
That's what everybody's saying.
Because the Republican solution to what you just described is going to be more
Deregulate
capitalism, deregulation.
This clip is largely correct. It's largely correct. The point that's not true is at the beginning, and it kind of triggers me to no end these days, because I really don't like, given the speed with which the Trump people are moving and how everything they're doing is fucking horrible for the country. It is not a tenable position to say both parties are the same. That is just factually not accurate.
That is factually accurate. The Democrats are just slightly less conservative than the Republicans. Please, Kyle, please tell me what bill was passed that was purely Democratic and purely, without hesitation, only helped the bottom part of the population. Tell me what bill Obama passed when he had the House, the Senate, and the Congress. I mean, House and White House, Congress, and Senate. Tell me. Obamacare, a fucking right-wing Heritage Foundation healthcare plan. The healthcare plan that I just fucking got $7,000 copay over a shoulder injury, a shoulder surgery after the insurance become. Is that the bill that you want to talk about? It is absolutely factually true that all Democrats are doing. Here's how it goes. Democrats, there's an election. Democrats promise us shit. We vote the Democrats in. They get power. They don't do shit. Republicans win. Democrats promise us shit again. We give them power. They get in. They don't do shit. And now he wants to blame everybody else except the fucking establishment of the Democrat. Kyle Kulinski has become the neoliberal sheep herder for the DNC that he used to be against, that he used to talk against. It is absolutely freaking horrendous. If you can't see who your allies are, if all you do is create click content, and that's fine, then say that's what you're doing. Don't come and try to tell me that you're trying to do something for the working class, that you stand with the working class, when you can't even fucking see who is on our side and who is not. Kyle is a fucking joke. He wasn't always a joke, but he is a fucking joke now. Please, people, take care of each other. Take care of yourself.